Everybody, welcome to the book report. I'm Christy from Vintage Books, and I just wanted to check in with everybody and go over a few books that we've been wanting to share with you. As always, we'll start with recommendations for this year's 2024 reading challenge. The category we're going to be talking about is nonfiction. The full category is nonfiction about a topic that is unfamiliar to you. And like last week, this topic is going to vary from person to person because obviously what's unfamiliar to you might not be to another person and vice versa. So I just went around the store, the used books, and brought some used books back with me to share, and then a couple of new nonfiction books as well. So be thinking a little bit outside the box if you need to or want to. Nonfiction could be a cookbook. This one appealed to me, so I brought it home. That way I can peek in it before it goes back tomorrow. But there's all kinds of cookbooks. It could be something funny about animals. And it could be something quirky like the history of things being put in alphabetical order. I saw this one on my way back to my desk today and thought, oh, that's an interesting topic. The idea that not everything, alphabetical order has not necessarily been the default way of organizing things. I think I read in the flap copy that Yale listed its students by their family's social status until 1886. So just a really fascinating dive into how things were organized before alphabetical order was the way to do it. And then we also have a copy of 400 Souls, which is another really great choice for Black History Month. So that's just a super, super tiny sample of the hundreds of nonfiction books. History, humor, biographies, self-help, business, like all of that kind of stuff can fall in that nonfiction category. So just about anything that interests you that maybe you haven't read about before can fill that category. Long books, short books, it's a way to just think and dream about what you might want to learn something about that maybe you haven't dove into before. So that's a fun way to look at that category and just challenge yourself to read something really crazy and different and something that you aren't familiar with. In the new books area, again, I've got my paper covers because the new books I don't feel as comfortable bringing home with me. This is a book by Nell Greenfeld Boyce. I talked about it a little bit earlier this year as one that I was reading, and I really enjoyed it. It's a series of essays. She's a science writer, so it's a series of essays, but also combining personal reflection with the science that she's learning about. Pepper also read it and really enjoyed it. She suggested that if you are a fan of Diane Ackerman or David Quammen, that you would like this book. But another thing that I really like about this style of book is that each essay is its own topic, and so it's easy and non-intimidating to jump into it and just read an essay and then come back again later and read another essay, so that sometimes nonfiction can be a little dense, and so having something that's broken up into smaller pieces is really nice. We got a couple of fun nonfiction books in the new releases today. This one really caught my eye. This title is just awesome. And it is a collection of essays, based on the popular Nerd Night series. Apparently this is a series where it's not quite like a TED Talk, but the same idea. People come and share about areas that they have expertise in, so scientists, physicists, all that kind of stuff, talking about everything from designer bacteria to nuclear fusion, and so this is a series of essays collected that is drawn from that series of in-person lectures so that it would have a little bit wider of a reach. So I just thought that was a fabulous title, and it looked like another really interesting book that was easily accessible because of its it's a collection of essays. Another one that came out just today that caught my eye, it's nonfiction, is called Otter Country, and it is a book by a woman from Great Britain who traveled all around Great Britain to learn about otters from scientists, from conservationists, from biologists, from anglers, environmentalists, and even poets. She spent a year doing this, just traveling on different parts like Scotland, different parts of England. And so it just looks like a really delightful, interesting dive into a world of an animal that I think people enjoy learning about. They're playful, they're very gregarious, and it's really interesting animals to learn about. So those are some couple ideas for nonfiction from the new books, and then you have ideas from the older books. Another highlight from new releases today that's not nonfiction, this is fiction, but our friend, two of our friends have new books out today. These are both cozy mysteries. A Smoking Bun by L.A. Alexander. It's the next part of her in her Bake Shop Mysteries series. She's actually going to be our guest on Vintage Books Live tonight. So if you're into cozy mysteries, be sure to jump on to that at 7 o'clock on our YouTube channel. It is, all I will say to you ahead of time is that it's about a downhill ski race that's undertaken by dummies and not people. And it's a real thing in Ashland, Oregon. So check that one out. Gone with the Witch is Angela Sanders, who's another local author. She's going to be in store with us, I believe, the first weekend of April, but we'll have that up on the website. And this is her Which Way mystery series, so it's a magical cozy mystery. And I think this is the 5th book in that series. It's very fun. I've had a chance to read some of those, and they're very cool. The main character is a witch librarian in a small town in Oregon. So both of them set in small towns in Oregon. They're really fun. So even if you're not a cozy mystery person, check these out. You might enjoy getting to know a new genre. I also wanted to share this book. This one is not out yet, and I realize I did not write out when it is coming out, but it's, I believe, sometime this spring. There is a Door in This Darkness by Christian Cashore. This book was amazing. It's a YA novel. The main character entered high school in 2016, and then was graduating around the time of COVID. So for me personally, it matched the trajectory that my kids were on. But it really deals with the main character who's grappling with all the things that happened in the world in that time period, all the uncertainty, the fear, the animosity sometimes between groups of people. I just found it extraordinarily uplifting and affirming, I guess, for a lot of the feelings that I think we all struggled with during that time period. So just a really, really great book. I'll probably be talking about this one until it comes out and after, because it's probably going to be in one of my top 10, if not top 5 books for the year. I really liked it that much. So be looking for that one. And like I said, Ellie Alexander is going to be our guest on Vintage Books Live tonight. She wrote A Smoking Bun and the Bake Shop Mysteries series. She has a series of cozy mysteries in Leavenworth, but we're going to be talking about some new works that she's working on tonight, so I'm excited about that. Next week we have Elizabeth Teets, who's a local comedian and essayist. Her particular focus is women in comedy and film. She actually has a film series in Portland where she takes a comedic film that stars female comedians, and they talk about it and screen the film and then talk about it. So I'll be looking forward to talking to her. She's the editor of Isn't She Great, which is a series of essays talking about women in comedy and film. And then the following week, we'll have Kate Albus, who is a middle grade author that I had the opportunity to meet at the Children's Institute last summer, which is a big conference for children's booksellers. And it is a middle grade novel set during World War II. The story of a group of siblings who have to figure out how to survive when their widowed dad goes off to war, and how they rely on themselves and the neighborhood and stuff to make it. One last thing before I let you go tonight. These are the 2 books that the mystery book clubs have chosen for March. Cozy Mysteries are going to read Jessica Fletcher, Murder, She Wrote mystery. And then this is the Death on the Emerald Isle one. So if you saw the show, it's one of the ones that's set in Ireland. Excuse me. And the magical mystery ones, Ill-Fated Fortune, is a brand new book in a brand new series. The first book in a brand new series. It's going to be called Magical Fortune Cookie Series. And so these 2 book clubs meet concurrently on the second Tuesday of the month. One at 4 and one at 4:30. So you can be part of one or both. Both of the books are in stock in the store right now. And if you tell the cashier that you're buying them for the book club, you can get 10% off. So that's a roundup of the week and some ideas for reading. And hopefully you're all doing well and having some fun reading. Good night and have a wonderful rest of your week.